If you don't understand your origins, you'll never understand Ubuntu. You'll never understand that when I look at you, I see a fellow human being before I see a black South African, a white South African, an Indian South African, a colored South African. En ek is hier om net te sê, vir al die mense in Suid-Afrika, ons is een mense, we are one South Africa. Singabantu balapha eMzantsi Afrika. We see each other and we complete our humanity. Because if you don't see that, you fall prey to racism, to sexism, because you don't see the humanity in someone else. Naledi was special because it was a place where the trains started to head towards Joburg. I don't know if you'll remember that. If you've grown up in Soweto, you would know that. Gore no e tshwara go Naledi, ilo feta go Mfulo, yo feta go Khwezi, ilo feta mola bo Bramfontein, be ilo feta go Joburg. But now we look around Mona Lady and we say, where are the trains? Where is the infrastructure? Naledi is also a symbol of a failed hope, a dream deferred for the people of our country. Naledi is again a reminder that we've strayed away from our potential. Naledi is a reminder, Mokasimo, where townships have become dormitories of unemployment. When you go in the various streets and you find young people in the middle of the day lingering, from corner to corner because they don't have a job. Naledi is that reminder that 70% of our young people are unemployed. They sit between 25 and 35%. Yeah. When I drove in here today, I drove past Naledi High and drove past Maurice Isaacson and reminded myself from Hector Peterson Memorial, who the generation of 1976 were fighting for an education. And still today, when you look around, you realize 8 out of 10 grade 4 learners cannot read or calculate the average level of the global community.
True.
Our classes are overcrowded.
Yes.
We have a 9% throughput rate. And here's what's said. We are ranked 101 out of 141 in the workforce skills. Yeah. So our young people aren't just unemployed. They are unemployable. That thing. It robs our young people of their dignity. And worse, when you look at our fact that our education is failing and our economy is failing, you then look around and you see leaders who are comfortable to steal and to eat. That's what state capture is. It's our leaders going outside to eat and satisfy themselves so that when they come inside, we look around and we say, we have no hospitals, we have no clinics, we have no schools. It pains me still today. You know, my wife and I the other day went to Delft police station. When we got there, we looked around to see what happens when a woman is raped. I was pained to see, or if you're a woman living in South Africa, your home is not safe, your city is not safe, and your body is certainly not safe from this crime and the men in this country. Today, when I woke up, I realized we are in stage 4.
Yeah.
Maybe on Monday we'll be on stage 6.
Look.
Maybe the following day we'll be on stage 3. What is ESCOM is now become AISHCOM. Aish. Our currency is even failing. You realize that at the end of the money, there's still more months left. Are people under stress? Our nation is failing. Our nation is broken. Things have to change. We have to move away from an economy that works for a few to an economy that works for everybody.
The likes of Mmusi Maimane, for example, I'm going to be posting some of his speeches soon. He speaks about how he would like to encourage an entrepreneurial education in South Africa, where students and people sort of like have an entrepreneurial kind of education in schools. And I personally am of the obligation. I've been pushing such a policy in many African nations because it seems that colonialism sort of like impinged a character of an assimilative disposition to the educational system in many African countries, where students just they lack critical skills to critique and question what it is that they're being taught or what they learn, you see. But if there's a more productionist thrust in that education, something like from the perspective of entrepreneurial, an entrepreneurial trust in that educational system, I think it would help to turn the trajectory of education and learning around, and students will be able to understand from the perspective of productivity. So productivity then becomes the order of the day. Even as they learn to produce, they learn to own. I think that's, even though it might be argued that this is pushing the country more into hyper capitalism and a much more dog-eat-dog state where it's the survival of the fittest. I think if they have that kind of education and then a SASA system, I think it might be a really interesting model to have, where at the end of the day, the evaluation of the SASA system then becomes how much people have been alleviated from poverty, and not, creating and reproducing a mindset that puts especially people in South Africa, the poor in South Africa, at a place where they can stay relaxed and develop a comfort zone mentality where they always pursue SASA. And so SASA becomes the reality, while the country in its larger essence continuously records a higher rate of unemployment. It's just mind-blowing. And from the pictures I've seen, it has always felt like it's the black population in South Africa that actually has a lot of this need for SASA. And so I'm wondering now if probably SASA is reproducing the conditions that make the poor in South Africa, or what really is the goal of SASA? Is it really helping the poor? This is my question. And probably I would like to engage, I would like some of you in the comments to engage. What has the role of SASA been? Is social security really helping South Africa? Is it really helping the poor people in South Africa? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please share and like and subscribe, because that's the way you support Kwazemi as a channel, an Afrocentric channel, where we try to understand deeper issues in African history and hopefully develop a collective intelligence on how we wish to build the Africa we want to see as people of Africa. See you in the next one.